In Luke 1, the angel told Mary, "The Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you. Therefore, the Holy One to be born will be called the Son of God." And many miss the Jewish parallelism here. The Holy Spirit will come upon you. The power of the highest will overshadow you. The verbs come upon and overshadow are parallel, giving the sense the Holy Spirit, the power of the highest, will come upon you, will overshadow you. But here's the problem for Trinitarians. If the Holy Spirit is a third person, then is the Spirit not the Father of Jesus? I thought it was the Father. The truth is this. The Holy Spirit, or breath, also called the power of the highest, refers not to a separate third person, but to the preincarnate Son, the Logos. In coming upon and overshadowing Mary, he described his own act of becoming human in her womb. As John says, the Word became flesh, and in doing so he emptied himself of the form of God. Consider, terms like only begotten Son of God or begotten of the Father imply likeness in kind, and since God is Spirit, why should not the Holy Spirit and the power of the highest, in Gabriel's words, refer to the pre-incarnate Son himself, the Logos? Now, Paul affirms this when he calls Christ the power of God and the wisdom of God. David echoes it in the Psalms. By the word of the Lord the heavens were made, and by the breath of his mouth all their host, or power. In Joshua 5:14, the divine messenger appears saying, "I am the chief captain of the Lord's power." Here we see the Word, the Spirit, and the power of God used interchangeably as God's agent in creation. Isaiah 48 presents the pre-incarnate Son as God's Spirit or breath sent to the prophet. Paul likewise interchanges Spirit of God and Spirit of Christ in Romans 8, showing they are one and the same reality. Early Christians like Justin Martyr, Tertullian, Irenaeus understood Gabriel's announcement in this way. Jesus as man would be called Son of God because the literal Son of God came upon Mary as the Holy Spirit and the power of the highest and was transformed into humanity in her womb. Thus the title Son of Man describes his birth from Mary, but the title Son of God reveals his pre-existence, begotten out of God before the world began. And since he is the same person, though transformed into a new kind, humanity, he never ceases to be the only begotten Son of God. This is how the early church reconciled the language Son of God, speaks of his true origin out of God at the beginning, and Son of Man speaks of his incarnation through Mary.